the reality is, if you try to automate your business development, what you're doing is you're automating the bit that makes you great.
Yeah.
Right? Recruitment's a human-to-human industry.
Obviously, you had Paiger and you set that up, did you say 2018?
2018, yeah.
So 8 years ago, exciting. What were you doing before that, and how did you end up getting into recruitment?
So like most people, it wasn't a choice, right? I didn't grow up thinking I want to work in the wonderful world of recruitment. But I was at college and I was taking IT and accountancy. I failed accountancy and I also failed IT because I actually got really, really bored in classrooms. What I discovered was I am not a good student, if that makes sense. But I shouldn't have failed it because from the age of 12, 13, as much as I was setting off fireworks, I was building web servers, I was building websites. I ran my own website building business by the age of 16. So local businesses, I was doing websites for £200 a month, you know, and so when everybody else didn't have any money to go out and spend it, I did, right? But I still failed IT, which is the most ironic thing. But I ended up getting a job at a company called Broadbean, who most people have probably heard of. I was a junior developer there. Literally started on £13,000. Right? It was no money at all. And we always went to the pub after work. So I went to work, earned some money, spent the money, went home, and that was my life for the first year. But I was there for just over 10 years, and I worked my way up the career ladder to be their chief technology officer. So by the age of 28, without a degree, without even passing IT at college, I was chief technology officer of a company of Broadbean stature. Reached my dream goal, if you like. And after about, I want to say 2 months, realised that I didn't have a dream anymore because I'd already achieved it. I know it sounds really weird, right? But I often read when like celebrities get depressed. I'm like, how can you get depressed? Because you need to have a goal in life, right? So I'd achieved my goals at quite a young age, which is when I literally overnight said, no, I'm starting my own business. Because that's the next goal, because that was the next thing I wanted to do. And that's why Paiger was born. So if you have one person in your business that is responsible for running your tech, maintaining your tech, you're no longer a recruitment business, you're a tech business, but you've also got a single point of failure unless you're going to build an actual development team, somebody that's actually going to scale that product. So you've made your onboarding harder, you've made your training harder, you've built a single point of failure in your business, and you probably, actually when you break it down, when you take into people's salaries, etc., you probably even haven't saved any money.
And the time you've taken to build it all.
Time is not free. People mistake the fact that time is free. It's not. So actually what you've done is put a massive risk into the business, a data risk, GDPR risk, the list goes on, and you haven't built something that's scalable. What you've done though is one person has achieved something brilliant, and it is, and you should celebrate it. But then what you should do is go, right, we now know what we need as a business. We're going to go out to market to find the right people, the right processes, the right software that actually fills the gap. And it's almost like a brilliant way to prototype your shopping list. Before, when you buy tech, you used to go out and, I call it shiny tech syndrome. You see something, you're like, oh, I need it. When actually what AI enables you to do is test it. Do I need this? Does it actually resonate? And yes, brilliant. Let's go out and find the right solution.
And I think the reality of it also is that all of those AI products are changing on a daily basis as well. So what you can do in it is different to probably what you could do yesterday, which is different to last week, last month. So not only is there a single point of failure, there's also that alongside with a product that's rapidly changing, which people then have to go in and learn and understand what that product is, what those changes are, and that can have a massive knock-on effect to everything else.
I'm just throwing out some numbers. Let's say Paiger costs you £10,000 a year.
Great.
Right? Then you have to have somebody come in, that if you didn't buy Paiger, you'd have to have somebody come in, set up Clay, set up Claude, set up all these other tools. So you've got about 5 or 6 dependencies, plus that person's salary. You're probably looking around 120,000, but also you've got that, what if this person leaves?
Your product is 8 years old.
Yep.
It's changed a lot in that time.
Yes.
What feature or release have you implemented that you're most proud of?
Oh, that's a really tough question, because I love everything we do. And the answer is it depends on which persona is using the product.
And what for you? Like, what do you personally think was the best bit? Or did you launch that was the best element of it?
I'm going to say intelligence, because it's honestly making a real... Like, we've had people that have made placements in the first week of having it.
Oh, wow.
For contract roles, it's just a real game changer, because historically people said, oh, it happens so fast, I can't keep up. But actually, because it's finding the signals and you're actually getting them early, it's actually really making an impact.
Is it true that something like only 1% of people actually post on LinkedIn still?
Yeah, 1%. And if you think about it, it's from the top down. So normally when I speak to recruitment businesses, I say, you're expecting your recruiters to share, but the CEO hasn't. Well, that's where we need to start.
Yeah.
So let's get the leadership team
Yeah.
sharing your great content, and that will then filter down. We've also got a really good playbook on our website around why to KPI social selling. Because so many people I speak to, they've not even thought about, is it a core requirement to actually post on LinkedIn? And I'm a big believer that social selling should be a core requirement now, minimum 3 posts a week. And a lot of time people say we can't do that because we can't measure it. And that's where if you've got Paiger, you've got the leaderboards, etc. So yeah, please put KPIs in place for social selling. You'll see a huge difference. What people tend to do is just go, that's marketing's problem, or marketing will sit with you once a week for strategy. If you're not as a leadership team saying you have to do it, marketing's fighting an uphill battle and it's not fair.
Are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Born for it.
What's one habit you're trying to build?
One habit I'm trying to build is to go home at 6 o'clock and spend at least an hour and a half with my kids before I get the laptop back out.
What's your favourite song?
Favourite song? Oh, it's any Nickelback. I'm a real Nickelback geek, and that's really embarrassing to say out loud.
So what's your favourite song for Nickelback?
Probably How You Remind Me.
True. Thank God you said that, because that's the only one I know. Describe yourself in one word.
Ambitious.
What career advice would you give your kids?
In the early days, act like a sponge. Don't think you know it all, because you don't.
Oh. How would your team describe you?
Annoyingly ambitious.
Were you rating the fish and chips?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Do you know what? I don't think they were great. I was really hyped up for them because the shop looked amazing, but I'm giving them a 6.
Here's the thing, I don't eat as many as you. So
I'm a pro.
Yeah, you eat a lot of fish and chips.
Well, there we go. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. You've been a fantastic guest, and thank you for joining us in what is, I think, the hottest ever recorded day in the UK.
Yeah, apologies for the sweat if you can see it.
Not at all, not at all. Thank you so much for watching. Come back and join us next time, same place. Oh God, there's a spider on me, guys.
Want me to get it?
No, it's okay. Be free, be free.